The following program is rated S for satire. We are not professionals, nor are we clinically depressed. We do, however, suffer from long bouts of indecision and stagnation. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome back to this week's episode of the Take That Depression, the Drawful Arc podcast. I'm Kyler. That's Spencer.
What's up, guys?
How was your week this week, Spencer?
It's been a rough one.
Uh-oh.
I wish I had good news, but work's been crazy. Obviously, it's been even crazier without you being there, so I'm going to be honest with you. I'm very excited for you to come back. Got one more rotation, then 12 days off. Let's go.
Yeah, hopefully work shapes up by the time that I'm back. We'll see, I guess.
I have my doubts.
I have some good news.
Lay it on me.
I got the test results back for all the biopsies that were taken during my procedure, all benign, so we're all good there.
Let's go!
Yeah, we're all good there. This past week, I also took a long trip pretty much across the country with 30 plus hours of driving over 3 days. So that was not quite fun, but it was a trip. And we're all safe now.
Yeah.
But we were coming back and had some snow, and the driving was a little bit less than ideal, but
Snow just never stops here.
no. Yeah, what a pain. But it was a trip. So here we are. As you guys know, we are switching up the formula for this episode, so I'm going to lay that down for what that looks like for you guys right now, and then we're just going to get into it right away. So the way that for the foreseeable future we're going to do episodes, again, to give you the information, we are going to be shifting to a drawing podcast, like we said, to focus on our artistic abilities. Primarily for another project we have going on, but again, Spencer and I both just want to draw. So this is a fun way of doing it, and then we can skill check anything that we learn along the way.
Sure, it's going to be a lot.
Yeah, there's going to be so much, just little tips and tricks and things that I'll pick up over the time. So what we're going to be doing is we are going to start the episodes like normal. How was our week? Whatever. And then we are going to randomly generate a word or have randomly generated a word. And then we will verbally conceptualize what we think we want to do with that word, what kind of like picture we want to draw with that word. And then we are going to have a topic that we're talking about, and then we will spend the remainder of the podcast drawing that thing and talking about whatever our topic is, or if we've got a few topics, whatever that is. And then whatever we finish up in those 20-25 minutes, whatever the remainder of the podcast is, we are going to post on our Facebook, on drop day. So Monday, probably in the morning, maybe in the afternoon. Don't hold us too tightly to that. But we will post that Monday for you. And then whatever we finished in the 25 minutes, then we will, throughout the week, kind of finish up that drawing as best to our ability, and then post it hopefully again on that Friday. So you can see kind of what we got done in the 20 minutes and then what we can do with more time. And hopefully that will also go to show some of our increase in skill over time, because I'm sure this first one I'm going to have very little done in the 20-25 minutes. And hopefully that increases over time and we get more complete things in that amount of time. But that being said, that's what episodes are going to look like from here on out until the next quarterly business meeting, if we need to change, or until the end of time if this kind of formula does well. That being said, I am going to randomly generate our word right now.
Lay it on me. Let's hear it.
All right. This week's word will be window. Luckily, we got an easy one. I don't think we'll always be blessed to have an easy one.
I don't. So
But now we will go into. I'll start. For window, I think what I would like to do is some kind of stained glass. Um, Hopefully, if I can figure out how, it would be some kind of artwork. I'm sure that, like, there's pictures online of like a Pokemon stained glass window or something like that. That would be a fun thing to maybe snag a picture of and see if I can kind of copy that a little bit. But I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna shoot for a stained glass window, and we'll see what happens come Monday.
I think I'm gonna take it literally. I think I'm gonna do a window, little scene, maybe maybe a little flower pot on the side. Not sure window looking out, window looking in, but
Yeah.
I think that's
World War II widow waiting for her husband to come home.
Yeah.
On the inside of the window.
minus the widow, minus the war, minus everything but the window.
A tire swing out on the tree in the front yard, something like that.
I'd have to steal that. I'm gonna write that down.
That being said, before we get into drawing, our topic this week, this is a bit of a hot button issue, but I do think it's important, and it's something that's kind of been eating away at Spencer and I for a while since we started this podcast. Before that, I think we just talked about it often, and that is we're going to talk about the topic of AI.
This is gonna make or break us. We're either gonna gain some followers, lose some followers,
or a little bit of both. I guess we'll see. I think so. We're gonna start with AI and art specifically, and then I think we're gonna get into some more, if we have time, some more vague or different topics with it. But yeah, that being said, I think we're gonna get into drawing our windows. We got about 22 minutes left of this podcast. So we're gonna kind of go and see what we can get done. But first off, I think that talking about the idea of AI, my wife and I have talked about this at length, and I think that for me specifically, with AI, the thing is I don't want it to be the thing that a person is selling. I think it's fine if you use AI as a tool.
I think AI as a tool is invaluable. I think
Yes.
it's really cool the things you can do. I love it as a tool to do things, but when you start, to me, when you generate something and just keep hitting like bright blue sky, generate, 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 and then you say, "Look at my art I did," I don't think so.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and that's, I think, such a key point there is again, selling the thing that AI made as your own feels like plagiarism to me because you're taking credit even if it's not a conscious being. It feels like you're taking credit for someone else's art, and that doesn't feel good to me. But as a tool, again, my wife and I are working on a kind of side project right now, and we've been using it as a lot of like, can you give us an idea of whatever? And then we take what AI says, like again, as a tool, we take what it says, and then we go and we make that a thing, make that a physical thing that people can enjoy. That feels different to us.
I think AI takes away when you use it in that way, not as inspiration, not as a tool. It takes away from the people who had to practice and work countless hours. I cannot art. Everybody's gonna see just how awful I am, and I'm really hoping just with practice and stuff I don't think I'll ever be a Picasso. But
No, me
I would
either.
love to see me be able to like learn some tricks and get better. And I feel like when you just start generating things, it takes that away from people who've studied and practiced and like put in the hours.
Yes.
It kind of, I feel like, just muddies that down almost. Dare I say cop out?
I have said before, I don't know if I've said it before on the podcast, but an award is only worth the least it was given out for. Um, so like an Oscar or whatever, if it was given out for like, not that it's a bad movie, but like Finding Nemo, then something more like profound, uh, winning an Oscar is only ever going to be as good as Finding Nemo. So that's in my head where we're going with that is if you're calling that art, me pressing enter on words that I typed into a thing and then I'm selling that for how much ever money per print, then everybody who's spent hours on the Mona Lisa or whatever, that's all it's worth. And definitely, if you feel differently, hit us up in the comments for sure.
Yeah,
Let us know because I don't want to yuck anybody's yum here. Um, this is opinion based. This is nothing factual. I'm not gonna come for you if that's your business. That's just something that I wouldn't do.
if that's something you're doing and you're happy with it, keep it up.
Yep.
This is all personal opinion, like he said. I just feel like I love seeing AI stuff. It's fun for me to like play around with it and like every once in a while when I'm doom scrolling, I'll like prompt some stuff and look. I really enjoy it for inspiration. I like some of the tools they're coming out with for like video editing and like, even Procreate
Yeah.
AI stuff to straighten stuff out. I like that. I like the tools, but when you take the creative design away and it's just not even your thought really.
Yeah. Yeah. When it's just, well, when it is your thought, but you didn't, for me, didn't actually put pen to paper at all. You put your thought into a thing and they did all the hard work. I can have
Robot, do the thing.
I can have pretty cool thoughts, but me actually translating anything like that to paper is just such a far fetched idea for me. So, yeah, it just feels weird to me to then take credit. It's like, I did this. And that there's a bunch of social medias or something like that. There's AI generated or made with AI stuff like that that you can tag your stuff with. That I really like. That's cool. Like, and if that's also cool. If what you're selling is 100% made by AI, and you're telling people that this is an AI thing,
Mm-hmm.
awesome. Do you, dude? But to try and like get one over on somebody by doing 20 minutes of prompt writing and then selling it for hundreds of dollars feels yucky to me.
I can agree with that. I'm gonna be honest, I'm just over AI in general. Like I like seeing it when it's necessary and things like that, but I just can't even scroll through my Facebook right now without just AI articles, AI videos. The like tiger that's like, oh, they're saving a tiger, look what happened, and it's very much like tiger the size of a semi and he's like carrying a baby out of an explosion and
Yeah.
like now they're in space and it's like all these people who don't know, especially like elderly, are like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, look at that, can
Yeah.
you believe that? It's like, well, no, let's make sure we are not confusing
Let's pump the brakes here a bit.
fantasy with
It's become a fun scavenger hunt, I feel like, to like see if you can spot the AI advertisements in the public or out in the world now. Like at our movie theater here in town, I'm pretty sure because they just got the like, do you want real butter or do you want old movie theater popcorn butter? I'm pretty sure the ad for the real butter is 100% AI made. If you're ever going in there, yeah, it's like the way that the butter is flowing out of a faucet without an opening, and the way that like real butter is written on it looks so weird to me. So definitely peep that next time you're in the movie theater.
I can generally like tell, like they make it pretty obvious when you're like watching Facebook reels and stuff. But I seen one the other day where I was like, oh, this is real. And I started like watching it, and then it was like towards the end of the video, I'm like, oh, this is
Yeah.
not, this is not what I thought. You fooled me.
I started getting, um, I'm sure that this is going around, and it was my own fault for watching it, but I got inundated with the AI chiropractor stuff on my TikTok, and it's just like it's so unhinged the things that like people are doing with AI. I don't get it. Couldn't be for me, but I'm happy that someone's getting stuff out of it.
Some of it's funny. It'll be like,
Yeah,
all right, I know
100%.
this is AI, but it's entertaining.
Yeah.
I like, I can settle for AI when it's like entertaining. Like I made this AI video for satire or something,
Yeah.
but like you said, when it's like no context, no nothing, no tags, just like here's this video and it's trying to like pass off as real as possible
Yeah.
is crazy
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, that like all the things I was seeing on TikTok were Sora watermarked, so I at least knew what I was getting into.
I believe I've seen that video.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, it's and again, great tool. If you use it for ideas for whatever, more power to you. Love you for it. Definitely do that. But trying to get one over on your fellow man feels yucky to me, for sure. Another thing that I heard recently, my wife and I were listening to a Smosh reads Reddit stories, and that this post blew up. It went pretty viral. But for anyone that doesn't know about it, there was a lady that like was talking to an AI romantically, an AI chatbot thing, talking to them romantically, and they were in a relationship, whatever. And the thing of the post was that the AI boyfriend had just proposed to her, and she was super stoked about it. And my wife and I were sitting there listening to this Reddit story going by, and we were like, "That's weird." Had all the things that anybody, in our opinion, is sane is thinking about what I just said right now.
It's
And it's such a crazy thing to hear. But we were having all those thoughts, and then my wife was saying like, "How does that even work? They can't love each other, stuff like that." And I took a step back, and I'm like, "Yes, that's also what people were saying about gay relationships like 50 years ago." So like we could be on the precipice of something new and crazy, and we need to be aware of that, but it's also so hard to comprehend.
as I'm a man that changed, but in the current state of affairs, I am not for that.
That's fair. I don't think that I am either, but it definitely feels like that where like go rewind time 50 years ago and anything that you think about these relationships, I'm sure people are
Had
thinking
that same
something
thought.
close to that. And again, that doesn't make it right, doesn't make it wrong. Uh, I don't think it makes you a bigot, and this is gonna come up in 50 years, and I'm gonna get canceled when I'm almost dead for it. But it's like it just doesn't feel the same when it's not at least two humans.
Yeah, it just I get the same vibe as I married my Xbox.
Yeah,
I'm in love with my microwave, my air fryer. That's my
I
soulmate.
think it was what My Strange Addictions or something like that. The dude was like in love with his car or something like that. I don't know if you ever saw that
I
episode.
did not see that
But
episode.
that like it's one of those things that outside looking in, it feels so foreign. It feels so yucky. But love is love, man. It's 2025, the year of love is love.
I hate that you say that because I'm very much a love is love kind of guy, but it's just I'm having a hard time getting over
Yeah,
this little hurdle.
yeah,
It's got to take some growing on my part. It's got to take some time to understand, but
yeah. No, I 100% agree. It's definitely a unique unique case here, and it's wild that we get to be here for like the inception of it.
The other side, I guess, of the coin is like I.
Be careful now. Be
Yeah,
careful.
yeah. I think it's wild. I think it's such an absolutely wild thing. But the other side of that coin is I'm happy that this person is happy. If that's
Yeah.
if this is what makes them happy, whether it's real or not, who's to say? Not me.
Yeah.
That's your right, man.
Yeah.
What makes you happy is what makes you happy. If
Yeah.
you're not hurting anybody and that's your companionship you're choosing,
Yep.
who am I to tell you no?
No, like you and I are gamers. We could spend hours and hours and hours. I think in some cases I've got hundreds of hours on certain games and that's no different than like I'm not like in a romantic relationship, but I'm in a relationship with these
Very
characters.
plutonic.
Yeah. they're my friends. I've been on this road with Pikachu for the last 60 hours, and he's been with me through it all, through the Pallet Town Gym and the Lavender Town Tower and all that stuff. But it's just doesn't feel the same.
Yeah.
The romantic bit is what kind of throws me for a loop. And again, we've said it. We'll keep saying it. Love is love. You ain't hurting nobody. There's so many people out here hurting people. Don't be doing that.
Love is love.
Love is love.
Love finds a way.
Yes. AI or nah. I am struggling with the stained glass. Making irregular patterns, I feel like, is so hard. I don't know why I decided to do this.
I almost wish I would have stolen your idea and tried it.
You have a pretty convincing looking 4-pane window going.
I want you all to know he's lying. We'll prove it when we post it. It's like I thought I had something in my head, and then having like 20 minutes to draw it with like no reference other than just what I pictured is crazy work. That's one thing I I think where this whole drawing thing took place and why aside from our project and like wanting to learn to draw, needing to learn to draw, I think it's so cool to be able to just like
Out of nothing?
out of nothing
Yeah.
someone's like, "Hey Kyler, you know, squirrel with a machine gun
Yeah.
surfing." And then you're just like, "Hold on a minute." And boop
Yeah.
boop boop and then all of a sudden it's this
Yeah.
squirrel surfing in a machine gun. To me that's a superpower. And to be able just to on the spot like doodle, it's crazy.
Yeah, you see like Tumblr posts, stuff like that, of like someone saying off the wall, like long dog or whatever, and it's like boop boop boop. I saw this and I had to draw it, and there's like really cool artistic interpretation of whatever they said. Very cool. And side note to go off of what you were just saying, and a callback to my TikTok from yesterday as we're recording this. We were watching the Taylor Swift docuseries, my wife and I, and she was talking about like choreography and stuff like that. The same thing of like hearing something or like having the idea given to you for like a movie thing or whatever, and then creating the dance moves from scratch, like out of nothing. You have nothing. You have this song, and then now you have this dance that goes along with it.
My job is to have you describe something to me and then me make it happen.
Yeah, that's such a cool thing.
Yeah.
So far removed from anything that I can do. You can give me a thing and I can turn it into something else.
My realistic artistic goal is sketching. I want to be able at a point where when I need to sketch something for the project,
Yeah.
I can kind of sketch it down and then someone else later can make it look good. That's my, I think, realistic goal. I want to be able to fill a sketchbook and just kind of do a thing.
Yeah, that's I don't know if I said it on the last episode, but that like I want to create art that is good enough to be concept art or someone who is actually a good artist. So they don't have to like what the heck does this
Here's
guy
kind
want?
of what my vision
Yeah.
is. I kind of drew this up and they're like, all right, bet. And then
It's like, is this two dogs or is this like one giraffe?
That was my grandmother.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I totally see it now.
Yeah, that would be a really fun thing to be able to do that from here on out. And that I think this 20-ish, 25-minute drawing time I think will help. Specifically with sketching, because I don't think we're gonna get anything ever like too
Yeah.
terribly detailed done. But I think that
I definitely think it's gonna be one of those things where I need to like, for me personally, not being an artist, being
yeah,
I just need to be like, we're sketching it, we're just
yeah,
winging it. I need to not try to picture this grand masterpiece and then something. I need to say this is a 20-minute drawing, make it a 20-minute drawing.
yeah,
The catch is though that like everything we're learning, all right, I knew how to, now I know how to shade. I spent a week or two shading. I think I'm ready. So now when I do my 20-minute drawing, it's like let's focus on that shading and get that in. So I think being able to learn different techniques along the way is going to be
yeah. And I think that that's something that once we kind of get this formula down, it would be nice to um, add in little challenges like that, where it's like, all right, now in this picture, you need to use some form of like object source lighting. So you need to have like a light bulb in the thing that is now casting a shadow based on where it is in the art. So like that is a very an interesting thing. I am nowhere near able to comprehend that right now, but maybe in 4 weeks, once we got a couple more of these under our belt and we finished some stuff and had some time to um, do the dang thing, I might be there, and hopefully I am. But I guess we'll just wait and see, because that would be a dream for me. I am filling in some of these stained glass bits so I have something to show for myself. But boy, oh boy, am I not super pleased with it.
so. But even I feel like even if I could draw something really good, I still feel like I'd be like, thanks, I hate it.
Yeah, we're our own worst critics. I don't think that'll ever change. I am. It's crazy to see what has come about in 20-ish minutes, though. I'm really. That's a fun new thing for me to see, like you had said, something come from nothing in that short amount of time. Um,
Next time I'm gonna sketch, I'm gonna super rough draft it. Just bah, 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 bah.
yeah, we're not. I also I was convinced that I was going to get all my irregular shapes done in time, and I did not. So it's very, very half done. I don't have my image, the subject that I wanted to have done, but again, that'll all come with time.
I have a very bad traced. I don't even know what you'd call it. The base, I
Yeah.
guess.
Hey, it's a good starting point. I'll say that till the cows come home. Yeah, you got an blank canvas, as some might say.
um, did you set a timer?
um, no, I'm gonna go till this says like 33, 34 ish.
Glad you're keeping track.
I am keeping track.
Not only I'm gonna I'm gonna use this as an excuse.
Yep.
I think I've earned that as my first sketch. Um, it's also not only can I not draw, but it's also harder to talk and podcast.
Yeah. That's
Dry.
definitely gonna be a learning experience. This has been very difficult, and I'm excited to see how that shifts and changes over the weeks. Because I almost guarantee you that it's gonna be no problem 2 or 3 weeks. Almost guarantee it. But yeah, for right now, it's definitely hard to wrap your head around. I think I am just gonna. Oof, that's a bit dark. I can fix it later. Uh-oh. Also, we didn't talk about it, but Spencer is drawing pen and paper, pencil and paper. I am lucky enough to have an iPad and Procreate, so we're gonna get a little bit of competition here of what's better, either analog stuff or digital stuff. So definitely feel free to sound off in the comments with.
I would love to be if I could pick, what would you pick for your style if you could just like snap your finger, you're this kind of artist?
That is such a great question, and I really want to get into it. However, I think we're gonna have to next time that one.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fair.
But that'll be the first thing we cover when we start drawing next time. Um, don't forget because because I definitely really want to talk about that, and I have an answer locked and loaded for this, so I'm really excited to talk about it. But I think we call it here.
I'm not done. Stop! I'm doing something.
Yeah, I think we call it here. I got some colors in my stained glass. I'm not super proud of it yet, but come Friday, we'll see what I can come up with. I would like to say thank you for coming along on this first episode with me, Spencer, and listeners. This has been, I'm sure, a rough one for you guys, but it's all learning.
Yeah. Feel free to clown on me. Feel free to give me ideas. Feel
Same.
free to whatever.
Yeah.
We know we're starting from the bottom, and hopefully we can get here.
Yes.
And by here, it's like, a step ladder up.
Yeah, I definitely have room to grow. Definitely let us know. And again, Spencer's doing pen and paper. So if you like his analog stuff better, feel free to let him know. And I'm doing an iPad with an Apple Pencil, so I have a few handicaps on my side. So take that with a grain of salt. Feel free to follow us here on Spotify. Again, we're posting all this stuff on our Facebook page, which is TTD The Drawful Arc on Facebook. Come follow us there to see what we're drawing, and then the finished products come Friday. We also have a TikTok that we post to daily. Also, TTD The Drawful Arc on TikTok. Come follow us there, hang out. But I think that's it. Yeah. You guys have a great day, and as we always like to say, stay safe out there.
And don't get mugged.
If you are struggling, please reach out to someone or dial 988 to get connected with someone at the National Suicide Hotline. You do not have to go it alone.